Dave, I want to give you your time because John, we have so much to talk about, man, and we plan on having you back on so many more times. And we appreciate you taking time tonight. But Dave, I want to give you your time. I know you had a couple things you want to hit on, sir. So you go ahead, Mr. Gardner. The floor is yours.
First thing too, I want to double back on what John mentioned earlier. You all were talking about we were talking about Tennessee and Rock Taylor. This is not the first run-in that Keith Etheridge has had with Tennessee.
No.
I don't know how severe it was, but I think it was pretty bad. They had a quarterback by the name of T.D. Marshall at Leeds High School years back. That was a Tennessee commit. Lo and behold, he ended up at Sanford. I think he's at UAB now playing quarterback. So that's why he felt how he felt. And when I read the article, he said that in this article that I read, he said that he didn't find out that there was no LOI for Rock until he called up there to try to get it in his possession so that he can have it on today. So that's just how crazy it was. So
yeah, he was mad. He was on the radio today. You could tell he was hot. He was hot. He was 38.
Keith is an honest dude. He's an honest dude.
Man,
You'll know how he feels about everything.
He is a great guy, man. He really cares about kids. But when a white guy says Bush League, you know you use that term.
He pissed.
He
Man, he pissed.
Bush League.
Hit him with a 10.
Bush League, man.
That's the cleanest thing he could look. That's the cleanest thing he could say on the airwave.
Cleanest thing he can say over 100,000 watts.
Right.
Go ahead, Dave. You got it.
But man, I was just looking at. I've been doing a lot of research, and what I found. First of all, we all know COVID-19 really killed this year for recruiting for these kids. What I really thought about, at first I thought that because of COVID and because of the extra year eligibility, that it was because of the seniors that in college that caused the backlog. But I don't believe that's the truth. I'm looking at it now from a standpoint of, I think your jam is at the front end of that class, meaning that, hey, I recruited kids in 2020 that are still going to be freshmen in 2021. Why do I need to bring in another set of kids in 2021 if they're not better than what I recruited in 2020? So basically what you're going to be looking at is you're going to have two sets of kids, two freshman classes in fall of 2021. So the reason why we talked about why the numbers were kind of down, 16's transfer portal, of course, played into that. But then, too, they're really hidden specifics. You know what I mean? If it's something that maybe we didn't address in 2020, we might want to address it in 2021. So I kind of was thinking through that. That was one of my processes. Second of all, too, a lot of things I saw were kind of a lot of middle-tier kids that don't get a lot of the spotlight. I saw that they were maybe getting recruited a level down. I noticed that a lot. A kid that was probably a normal, maybe a high-level FCS, probably was on the lower end of the FCS or even D2. We got a local kid, Perriman, that plays quarterback at Pleasant Grove.
Who can play.
Committed to Charlotte, that can ball. Committed to Charlotte in December. He had to decommit. Just signed a scholarship to West Georgia. So you got an 18-year-old son, and you're trying to explain to him, how in the hell do I go from Group of 5 to D2? And so what I want to explain to people out there is that these are the stories that you don't hear. You don't hear about the 3-star that's about 40 minutes from here at Trussville, Alabama, that don't have a home right now. He didn't sign today. This is just people that I know that I can literally put my hands on. That I could make a phone call and say, hey, this is him. So this whole process was tough for me. But I will say this to kids that's out there, parents, to where, if you sign somewhere that you probably don't really want to sign, take it as a blessing, because in this year, it's a blessing that you're even able to sign and play anywhere. Because if you weren't the elite of the elite, see, the 4 and 5-star guys, it didn't bother them. Right. It's your other guys, it's your middle tier guys, the guys you see that maybe go to an HBCU on a D1, D2 level. It's those guys where it really hurts. So, to all the athletes out there, man, that maybe don't have what they want, don't feel bad about it. Take it as an opportunity. Make the best of the damn opportunity. keep grinding, and hey, that's why you had the transfer portal. So you go and ball out, and you never know. 2 years from now, no telling where you might be. So that was kind of the thing I wanted to get off my chest.
Get your schoolwork.
You got to
graduate early. Graduate early.
Right.
You know, make yourself an early grad transfer. Auburn got a grad transfer. He got 3 years eligibility left. Like what the crap?
What the hell was he doing? He was literally just going to class. He was like, you know what, the hell with practice.
Perfect example. James Blackman transferred to Arkansas State.
And he still got James got I think James got about 2 or 3 years left, man. Still.
Yeah.
When that kid came from Northwestern, I was like, wait, 3 years? But he's there. Yeah. I said, I know Auburn needs some smart players, but
you got to remember he may have graduated early. That's one.
Yeah, that's
two. This year
don't count. And if he redshirted somewhere, there you go.
Yeah, man, Jesus.
So that's all I got, Williams, man. So all the kids out there, man, that's gonna play. They had the hopes and dreams of playing college ball, man. Look, it may not be what you want, but you're blessed to have an opportunity. Make the best of it.
And I want to say this, man, and this is a serious note. First of all, once again, man, if y'all not following John, if y'all not going on siallamerican.com, man, make sure y'all following them, man. Mm-hmm. It's not about rankings. It's not about 4 or 5 stars with John. It's with SI, man. It's about who the players are. You want to know about players because I think the biggest thing that people make misconception of us, oh man, he's just a 3-star. Well, guess what? That 3-star can turn into a 5-star if you go by that. But if you want just pure rankings, make sure y'all follow them in the SI, man. They have great coverage. John and his team works damn hard, and y'all need to be making sure that y'all follow them. Everybody on here is interested in recruiting, so make sure you're doing that. Also, another thing is that we're going to continue to have this recruiting conversation from both points of view, from us as Down South Football Live podcast, and from John's point of view because he's in the industry, and from people like David. We're going to get Jay back on. Congratulations, Trey, signing with Air Force. A lot of people want to get back on, and we're going to move into the HBCU part of the recruiting and stuff. Also, man, we're gonna break off and make sure that we give this more coverage because I think this is a platform or something that people don't really understand. A lot of people just get into recruiting now because they're just shocked by things that's going on. I'm like, I've been following recruiting for 22 years, following it hard. So it's like, I think it's a shock to a lot of people to hear a lot of things. And, everybody wants to make jokes about the bag and about money and about this and that. But I don't think y'all understand the stories when the kids are sitting there and they're telling the kids, guess what, son, you're not good enough. You have an offer. It's not committable.
Yeah.
It's a lot
of kid. We didn't even touch on the kid from Florida.
Yeah, we didn't touch on him. I forgot his name. John might know his name.
You're talking about Hammond.
Yeah, like he just look, he's like, I didn't decommit. He's like, I'm gonna put it out here. I didn't decommit. They did this to me.
He didn't decommit, but they didn't send him an LOI either.
Right. Yeah. He's like, look, what am I supposed to do? I was ready, geared up, ready to hit, Gainesville, and then I don't get nothing. Like we didn't even touch on him at all.
And Renard, you and I were talking on the phone, man, and I think that it's an education gap. And what I mean by that is from the parent, from the player, and the recruiting world. Because, yes, all of our kids grew up with dreams and aspirations of playing at Penn State, Ohio State, Alabama, Auburn. But the truth of the matter is the majority of your kids are not going to play there.
Right.
John just said, we talked about Alabama got 14 kids and none of them from the state of Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, I can't put my hand on but 2 out the state this year. And I could be wrong. But
one of them was quote unquote the best. One of them was quote unquote the best in the state.
I think it's
a couple more, but not as many as Florida.
It's like 3 or 4. It's not that many.
Right. So 3 or 4 kids out of thousands that play in high school athletics.
Mm-hmm.
So truth of the matter is we got to educate ourselves better and get our kids. If they want to play college athletics, hey, get them to a point to where they don't look down on the school because they hadn't heard of them.
Right.
At the end of the day, is college football, and I looked up a fun fact, John. Only 6% of college high school athletes get to play at the next level. 6%.
That's a low ass.
That's
number.
a small percentage. So, I mean, I'm big on that because now I've learned a lot. So now I can speak back on it, and that's a piece that we're missing just in society together. And you can't really put it all on the high school coach because hell, he probably got to go teach class, drive the bus. He got all kinds of shit to do.
Right. Some of these schools, you're right. He got a lot of stuff. Direct the traffic,
all that. Sell raffle tickets. He got all kinds of stuff to do. So we look at it, man. The coach ain't doing nothing. Well, that coach is doing a whole lot more.
And he got 100 kids, 80 kids. Like he got a lot.
Yeah. I mean, that's where I'm at.
You have a very few select coaches that all they do is coach. Okay, you have a very few that all they do is coach, and a lot of people say, "Oh, the 7." It's not. I know a lot of 7A coaches that have 2-3 classes.
Yeah, I know. They got to.
I'm talking about teaching home ec and doing all that kind of stuff like that. But Dave, back to your point, and that's why I said this is going to be an ongoing conversation. I think we have a platform. It's not snitching people. It's to educate, and like you said, 6%. Think of how many millions of kids play high school football with the aspirations of playing. It's 6%. And I see my boy Damien finally made in. Damien was supposed to be on, but he was a little late. But Damien is a perfect example. Damien is a producer at Jocks 94.5. Shout out to the 2 shows in the morning that was top 2 or 3 in the country.
Shout out Damien.
Damien's the producer. Damien's producers on that show. Damien's young, 24, 25 years old. He said this morning, "Hey guys, I don't care where you sign. Love your opportunity, and it's a great thing because he played at Birmingham Southern right down the road, and he was great for his opportunity. But we got to bring more to this. We know the Power 5 is going to dominate because you got all of us on here are fans of Power 5 school. We always will be, and this is not a slight to them, but it's the education that you need to understand. Hey, you going to Grambling? Grambling has something to offer you. You're going to the NAIA school, they have something to offer you. All these coaches come from somewhere. Everybody does not start on the sideline with Nick Saban. Everybody does not start on the sideline with Urban Meyer. Well, he's in the NFL now. But everybody doesn't start on the sideline with Dabo or whatever coach you want to name. It is a process to what we're doing and understanding that it's about going to get the education, about getting the opportunity, man, to move forward.
And so Renard, that was like the same conversation I had with my cousin years ago when we graduated from high school. I went into the Air Force. He had a full ride to Tuskegee, and I kept telling him, I'm like, look, I got to go out here. Like he would send me letters, and we would finally would talk, and he would say things, and I'm like, look, I'm in the real world right now. You're in school. You know what I'm saying? I'm 18 years old, around 20, 23, 24, 25-year-old grown ass men. You in school enjoying life. I'm like, take advantage of your opportunity and enjoy it, because like you said, it doesn't matter if it's Tuskegee, if it's Bama, if it's Livingston, wherever it is, you're getting a free ride to go to school and get an education, and you're not having to be in the real world at 18 years old. Enjoy it and embrace the opportunity. So Damien is 100% spot on.
Make those connections. I know I think John had a point, but I definitely want to make sure that y'all know that. Make those connections and understand what we're doing. Understand what you're doing. Understand the opportunity you have in front of you. But John, I think you was trying to complete a point. Go ahead, sir. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, I mean, you're talking Tuskegee and D2 and FCS and all that. I mean, there's going to be a D3 player in the Super Bowl, Ali Marpet, blocking and snapping to Tom Brady. And the new coach of the Chargers was a D3 coach a few years ago at John Carroll in Ohio. He's the head coach of the LA Chargers now. So, yeah, I mean, the opportunity is there everywhere. And the star of the Senior Bowl was a D3 offensive lineman from Wisconsin Whitewater, who's going to get drafted in a few months. I mean, it's if you can play, you can play. That group will find you. You might have felt overlooked in high school. Fine. Yes, it's hard. Right. If you're good enough for the league, they will find you.
And then Vander Esch played for some weird school where he played on both sides of the ball. I remember the story about Vander Esch when he got drafted. They was like he played on offense and it wasn't boys. It was a little below that or something. He played on both sides of the ball.
I think it was in high school. In high school, he played like
in high school
football or something.
There you go. Yeah, in high school.
Yeah, I thought he played for boys in college, right?
Yeah,
but it was high. That was the story. It was high school where it was just like he played at some super small school, and he played, like he said,
8-man football.
Weird.
8-man football.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. I never scouted an 8-man game, and I hope I never have.
That's a good way to tie it up.
Yeah,
we're gonna tie it up on that note. But I want to say this, people, we're still trying to get together this HBCU show, FCS. Please support them this season, man. And for my SWAC people, I know we're upset because we're not gonna have the bands.
That didn't make no sense.
Hold on, Tuck.
They're at home at the home games like this.
It's at the home games, but at the classics, there are no bands.
Right.
But we gotta support these FCS schools, man. Coming up, their season's about to come up. They're practicing, they're getting ready. We're still trying to do that kind of stuff, and y'all know. Check out the YouTube channel, Down South Football Podcast. Y'all subscribe. The more that y'all subscribe, the more people hit that button, the more things we can do for you guys, man. I definitely wanted to make sure we get that in, fellas. Y'all got any final thing before we let everybody go?
Just a quick shout out. Quick shout out to Sean Feely. It is his birthday.
Oh, Sean!
He said the day was going to be a great day for him because we had a show today. And Sean Feely, happy birthday, my guy. Warrior.
That's love. That's love, bro. That's love.
That's what's up.
Ben?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Mr. Gardner.
Hey, man, all thing I gotta say, man, just take advantage of the opportunity, kids. And if you want to do something real fun, just look up where Bill Belichick went to college at, and you'll understand what I mean.
Wesleyan. I already know. Wesleyan. Wesleyan.
John, once again, man, we appreciate you coming on, man. I know you've had a long day, but I know you got a passion for it just like we do. You got any final words? Got anything you want to say?
No, I always appreciate the support here. This is, I don't say yes to every show, but I've never said no to you guys, and I don't plan on it anytime soon. And this is one of the most real, true shows that we can spend time on, and that's why I have no issue with it. I can't wait to be back in Bama. This is the longest I've ever been in this business without being in Alabama to scout, and it's killing me. So I will be back in the 251, 205, 256, 334, all of that really, really soon. Excited about it. There's some more Dex Preps camps coming up. Shout out to Dex October. Shout out to Dex. One of the best. There's going to be a lot of events coming up. So for any young players out there, we'll see you around.
All right. I will say this, John. We have a lot of plans here going forward at Down South Football. Definitely want to get into more of the high school part, more of the HBCU part, and just doing more and expanding. We got a lot of things that's going to drop this year, and we just really appreciate you, man, for everything that you do for us and you supporting us. And we're going to continue to support you because the product is real. You talk about us, the product is real on your side also. So we just appreciate everything. And if nothing else, like and subscribe on their YouTube channel. Follow John on Twitter. John, give me your Twitter and the SI site one more time before we leave.
Yeah, it's just everything on socials at SI All American, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, even though we don't use it much, and then SIAllamerican.com. Man, we got a lot coming, football and basketball, by the way. So yeah, so help support.
Definitely, y'all support, man. Y'all support John, them support us, and nothing else, man. We'll see y'all real soon. More content coming. We'll holler at y'all.